Hello, welcome to SatView selections. In this session we're going to look at the different ways of selecting in SatView. I've opened a small network here and start by showing you the select on map, where you can select and single click. Now here I'm selecting a real simulation link. I can see here that it's a user link, and when I click these two over here, I can go to either end of them. Okay, I can zoom in and you can see that it's a user link. If I click here, I can select an assignment link, and I can select other assignment link. If I do shift click on both of them, so now I've got the two assignment links. I can also, if I selected just one link in one direction, I can use this button over here to select the opposite link. I'll do that by simply doing a click there, and it swaps the direction. I can see these ones are assignment links because it says assignment here. If I select this one, it doesn't say assignment, it just says A node and B node. So the way SatView works is that it's got two different representations of the network. One is the user representation, which has got user nodes like this one, and it's got user links like these three here. Oh, not that one, that's SatURN. This one and this one. As we can see, user node, as we can see over here on the left side, user nodes and user links, and assignment nodes and assignment links. The turns only found in the assignment links. They also have an opposite, so I can click there and find the opposite. Okay, so basically select, choose the select button, click on the item you want to select, and shift to click and select other items, and as many as you like, and if you shift and click on them again, you should be able to deselect them. If I wanted to select all the links here, the quickest way would be to select the rectangular select and just go select and select all of these. That selects all the assignment links in question, and I can go and we can zoom out so we can see the whole selection here. If I wanted to select, say, links along a corridor here, I can go and do a polygon select, and I can start by clicking on the map, and I'll click here. I'll select all of these ones. Again, this will select as we go. It will actually select all the links that are inside of these polygons. So you can see there, and there. Like this. So now I've got a selection. I can also move the nodes. I can add new shapes into the polygon that I'm editing here. I can go into export selection, and I can save it as in a good name. This is my Epsom E network, which is a test network that I've got to test Epsom. I can save here my selection with a Centroid connector. Okay, so I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to select nothing but just show this. What can I use the selections for other than saving them? Yeah, well, I could, if I just select nothing now, then I can go and import my selection. I'll click on this one and say open, and I've reconstituted my selection from previous. So that's easy to see how that is useful. Okay, next I'll show you that how you can use it. For example, if you do apply Bendy from GIS, I can see if I can find a GIS file that will fit my network, and I think I've got one that will probably work. And I can go and say just to the selected links. and I can say apply GIS. So that goes and applies the bendy just to my selected links. In the same way, I can go and create bands. Let's just see if we can load any data. I'll do network information because this is a UFS file, and if I go to the quick results, I'll find that not many of them are there because it's not a UFV file. But I'll accept this one, and I'm going to say I want to see the number of lanes before flaring, and let's say it's a qualitative network, and I think I should go and say just go up once and down once, and I've got 3 different values, so I think this would be fine. And I say if I go into limit dataset, I can say to selected links only, and then I say, as when I do the selected links only, it comes up NaN, not a number, and that's because now I haven't got a selection open any longer. I'll create the bands. That's going to be all of them, which wasn't particularly good. I'm going to import my selection. I'll see if I can find what I had before my selection. That was fine. Okay, open. So now I've got my selection, and I can click my bands, and I've got my selection is there. So now if I go into limit dataset, I can see selected links, and it's got a number up there, so that's fine. For the bandwidth scaling, I say I want 3. So if I want the average of my half lane should be 10 meters approximately, so that's what I'm going to set it at as. Let's see if I can make that work. So I think this is 0.1. That works. That should work fine. I'm going to create the bands, and it applies just on the selected network, my bands. Okay, the selection is saved in a CSV file, and I can open my selection here. I can see it says -1. That is the centroid connector, so instead of a C, it's got a minus here. If I wanted to use this file in P1X, I could just replace it by C, everything that says -1, and there's 2 of those, so I could put C, and then I could save this and use it as input to see for example, as a cordon in P1X. I won't save this one now. There's also, I say don't save this, and there's also a different selection file which we can't see here, but if I do star, see all my files, and there's a WKT as well, and if I open that with the notepad is open. Okay, notepad. I can see that the polygon that I used to do my selection with is actually saved here. So that means that theoretically practically I've saved my polygon that I used for my selection. If I get a different network, I can actually import the selection, but from the WKT file here, and I can say open. And we'll see if I unselect here, and I go back and import my selection and say do it from the WKT file, it does exactly what I said, but instead of remembering what links it was, it goes and selects everything that's inside of that polygon, or partly inside it. I think that pretty much concludes my selection session. Thank you very much.